Remember what last time we did a podcast and you said you're gonna go by Chino?
Yeah.
That's your nickname from when you were little, right?
Yeah, everybody called me Chino. I had curly hair, so.
There's still people call you Chino?
My family.
Your
None of my
family.
friends do. Miggy does now.
Oh,
Miggy calls
Miggy.
me Chino.
It does. After I was wondering after that podcast because you were like Luis, right? Your name was Luis, but you said you're gonna start going by Chino and hopefully like everybody. So Miggy's the only one that kind of stuck to it.
Yeah. I've tried to use it more often. Like when we go out order food, I'll be like, oh, put Chino. That's my name. But no, aside from that, none of my friends call me Chino, but everybody just still calls me Luis.
Damn, you look good though, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I've been trying to hit the gym, trying to lose some weight. Yeah. Last time I came here, I was 270. And I'm down to 218 now.
Damn. Yeah, you look good, and you got like a whole new style, whole new vibe looking. Yeah, you got the hair, the thing. Okay.
What Miggy say? He said I look like the lead singer of Los Temerarios with a big mullet down the back.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Miggy. All right. Let's listen back real quick. If this sounds good, we're gonna do a mic. This is like the mic check.
Yep.
If this sounds good, we'll start the podcast.
All right.
That's funny.
Have faith, show love, give hope today. Together we're stronger in every way. From the streets to the heart, we're breaking the mold.
Welcome back to Have Faith, Show Love, Give Hope, the podcast where I have faith, I show love to my guests, and together we give hope to whoever's watching. Today I sit down with my boy, Chino. Last time he was on the podcast, we sat down, we talked about your music, and dude, you look like a whole different person.
Thank you.
You have a whole different vibe. You sent me your music. Your music is amazing, is fire, like something that I've never heard around here before. Man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I told you, lost a bunch of weight. Last time I came out, I was 270, now down to 218. I feel good. I feel a lot better. So
yeah,
I'm glad it shows on camera at least.
Yeah, you do, man. You look good. Like when I seen you on the parking lot, I was like, dang, I gave you a hug. I was like, dang, you look like a whole different vibe. I was even like, is this the same? I had to go back and look like, yeah, that's him. That's him. Is it? Did he switch up on me?
No, I was actually trying on clothes the other night. We were going out to downtown. And I was like, oh, this finally fits the way I want. I was able to throw a shirt underneath. I'm like, oh, I feel cool. I feel good to go out. My jeans are all big now. These are like the only jeans I have that fit me. So
that's awesome, man. That's good. You've been working out. What have you been doing?
Yeah. Well, last time I came, I said like I had sciatica and like it wasn't letting me walk. Since then, I started to run. I play tennis all the time. It's like cardio, and I just lift weights now. So finally was getting back to being a normal person at least. Functionally, so.
And did some of that stuff heal up, or you still got them problems?
It flares up every once in a while. Like last weekend, I woke up Sunday morning and I couldn't walk. And it was funny because it was the last day. It was the day I was going to record my last song. So, and it was called La Vida Seguirá. So it's like, oh, I have to go record it. Yeah. I was trying to come up with so many excuses to not go. And I'm like, no, I told myself I would get it done on this day because if I didn't get it done on this day, it was going to delay the album and delay the show. So I'm like, no, I have to go. So I went. And
the song is named, what does it say?
La vida seguirá, life will continue.
You got to go because that's the song. Life must continue.
It sucked because we had gone out. I think it was Halloween weekend, so we had gone out Friday. I didn't go out Saturday, so I'm just tore up for no reason. My body just hurts for no reason. I remember I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I was like, no, not again, not this pain again. I didn't sleep till 8 a.m. I was about to go to church with my dad and all my siblings. And then as soon as I lay on the couch, I crash. I pass out just out of pure exhaustion. And I get up and I'm like, I have to go to the studio, don't I? And I'm limping out the house. My dad's like, are you okay? Do you want me to take you to the hospital? I'm like, no, I got to go finish the song. And I go. And I think I like the song a lot. So I think it sounds well. But I was like, the whole time I'm like, oh, I can't breathe right. I can't move right. And it was only that day. It was only that day. So I feel like that was a test to be like, does he really want it? Is he really going to continue to do it? And I took it as that. And I think I passed because it went away. So
and the song is, I mean, I don't know which song
that was the cumbia one.
The cumbia one.
Yep.
But they're all fire, dude. From the first one to the last one, was it 11 of them?
12 of them.
12 of them. Okay, I thought I counted 11, but every single song, they have a whole like different vibe. It's like some are like it's like a little love story. In there.
Yeah, so
tell me a little bit about Gavilan.
Yeah, so Gavilan came to be because I told you last time I wanted to make more of like a rap album and kind of show that there's different aspects of it. And to some degree, I think I did, but for the most part, it was like Gavilan only came because the initial one failed. For January, February, and March, I wrote a song almost every week. And the only song I used is the last song on the album. Those songs were terrible. And I remember I would go record them with Miggy, and Miggy would be like, yeah, bro, I'll mix it. Never did. And it wasn't until a few months later, well, quite a bit later, like when I was finishing the album, I'm like, Miggy, I'm glad you never let those songs come out. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, they sucked, didn't they? He was like, yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, they sucked. I was like, oh, you couldn't tell me. But yeah, it was supposed to be called Por fin 21, finally 21. So when you look at the album cover, you'll see it crossed out on the top right because that's where I had initially wrote it. And I got rid of the explicit because it wasn't as explicit anymore as much as I wanted it to be. So I got rid of that and I put Gavilan there. Gavilan is a hawk, to some degree a hawk. There's a song called Gavilano Paloma by Jose Jose that there was one night we were driving to Kalahari and I'm asking my dad, Pa, like, what does this mean? ¿Qué significa Gavilano Paloma? And he's explaining it to me, and it reminded me of when my mom used to sit down with me and explain songs to me. And I'm like, Gavilano Paloma. So the entire time I'm writing these songs at the beginning of the year, I'm thinking, which one am I going to make Gavilan? Which one am I going to make Paloma? And I started writing more and more. And then the grace of God, I met some of my best friends over the summer. And I'm like, all right, well, what am I going to do? These songs are terrible. I can't do anything. I'm like, I can't make these songs an album. I don't feel like the partiness that I did at the beginning of the year. Like I found myself. I was working out. I wasn't just doing stuff to do stuff. Like I found a new purpose. And I'm like, okay, well, I think I want to be with someone. So then a couple years ago, we wrote Puppy Love. Puppy Love was written maybe 1 or 2 years ago. And then there's another one, the first song on the album. That song was written, I think a year or 2 ago now. And so I wrote those songs. Puppy Love, we tried to record a bunch of times, never worked out. The first song on the album, I just never recorded it because I was like, I don't know how, I don't know where to go. Me and Miggy tried to, and it was terrible. I couldn't sing on it, so we just gave up. But then I met a girl, of all things. I met a girl. And I was like, okay, well, this is cool. This is cool little talking stage I'm in. And so the first song I wrote is called Papaya. Papaya came out way before the album. She actually made the cover art for me, the girl I was talking to. So if you guys see Papaya, that art is hers. And she actually has writing credits on it too. So I had to give her that because we were at her house. We were at my friend's house. And I'm like, just give me a word. And they're like, I don't know what word. I'm like, all right, I found this beat. Give me a word. And they're like, oh, use this word. That word sucks. Like, how am I going to use that? And then the girl I'm talking to says, papaya. And then me being a machista, I'm like, I have to write to it now. So I'm like, all right, Mickey, give me the first lyrics of the song. And he's like, I don't know. And he gives me a first set of lyrics. And I'm like, Mickey, those suck. I'm like, come on, dig deeper. And he's like, the tropical fire. And I'm like, that's it. That's all I need. And so we go drive around that night, me and my friend Jackie. And I'm like, all right, let's try to write this out. And she's just sitting there as I'm writing lyrics, as I'm driving. And I'm like, all right, I got everything. I need a hook. And so the next night I'm driving around by myself and I'm like, phone gets hot, then it's off again. I don't care, give it 5 or 10, then we go again. And I'm stomping my foot. I'm like, that sounds cool. So then that was how I finished that song. And I showed it to the girl I was talking to. I showed it to my friend Jackie. I showed it to all of my friends. And they're like, you wrote this? I'm like, yeah. They're like, off the word papaya? I was like, yep. And they're like, there's no way you wrote this and it was a joke. You weren't supposed to actually write to it. I'm like, well, you told me to. And I felt like you told me that because you didn't think I could. So I had to prove you wrong. Yeah. And then after that, I wrote the first song, Floating. The first song I recorded for the album was Floating. And that one's just, it was supposed to be a really silly song, like really silly, goofy. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, well, what am I going to add? What am I going to make different? And then I'm like, what sounds funny is when I sing deeper in my lower registers, I'm like, what can I do? What can I say? And then I go, was drowning in love for you. And it worked out. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to do that. And then that's how everything, God forbid, oh boy, get silly. She out in the comas thing, she chilly willy. And then from there, it just became the song it was. And after that, I stopped. I stopped for like 3 weeks. I told myself I was going to go consistently every week. And I'm like, no, I'd rather be working. I'd rather do this. And just made a bunch of excuses. And I'm like, what was the point of everything I did over the summer? What was the point of doing everything I already did to just stop? So then after that, I would write a song every week. All the songs, most of the songs that I have on there were written that the day before I recorded them. And you can ask Roach, was like, Luis, when did you write this one? Last night, this morning, 2 days ago. He's like, we're cutting it close, aren't we? I'm like, yep. I'd rather do it that way than, like you said, overthink it and not understand it anymore and just not process it in the moment. So that's how all those songs came to be, especially the cumbia. That cumbia was written that morning. The morning that I couldn't walk. I was like, La vida seguirá. The name was there. I knew the name had stuck with me all week. I'm like, it's the final song, or the second to final song on the album. What do I say? And the entire album, the structure of the entire album is telling a story. It starts with meeting a girl and being afraid to tell her, like, she's afraid to tell you that she doesn't like you. Because that's what, as most guys assume, oh, if she's not talking to me, she doesn't like me. So that's where that came from. And then it moves on to songs like Puppy Love. And then it starts to turn into more of a negative album in a way. You start to process almost grief. Trial is one of my favorite songs that I wrote. It's one of the hardest songs to sing, but it's about, why am I the one being put to blame for our relationship not working out? And, it's like one of those things where the girl's always going to make her own story, the guy's always going to make their own story, and then there's the truth. So then this is my side of like, I'm the one to blame, and for all I know on her side, she's the one to blame. I'm the one making excuses, but I'm like, why not tell my side? Because it's something people can relate to. And so from there, it went into Tu Última Canción, the final song that's yours on the album. Everything after that, the last two songs aren't about you anymore. It's about life continuing. And then La vida seguirá is the cumbia. The final, what I wanted Por fin 21 to be. The big cumbia song that you can dance to, you can rock to, and then it drops. Because then you realize life isn't just about one relationship. And then it drops to like the barely 21, where it's like, that was the only song I kept from the original Por fin 21, because it's like sad, it's real, it's emotions I actually felt. It's like, I don't want to be alive, I don't want to be around, I don't want to make nobody proud. I'll put a smile on my own face maybe once I get my own place. And it was just emotions I felt at the time. And before anybody listens to that song, I made a note to point this out. In the beginning, I say, my dad is judging me essentially. He's making me feel like he doesn't love me. That is not true. That man has been there for me since the beginning. It was just, you know how you get in those moods where you're like, nobody loves me, nobody thinks of me. And
I get like this.
So it's like, it's the reality of that. You get out of a relationship, you move on, la vida seguirá, but then there's those days where you have those doubts. You're like, at a mere 21, I made a mockery of myself, going to sleep covered in laundry. I gotta set a boundary between me and myself, who I aspire to be. And that's where those lyrics came from, is I'm the one letting myself down. There's nobody letting me down. And it's just, that song is actually inspired off of Suicidal Thoughts by Biggie. And then Sorry Not Sorry by Tyler Creator and What a Day by Tyler Creator. Those three songs inspired that one song. And your own your own thoughts or whatever. Yeah, it was just one
your
day.
Own feelings, your own thoughts, your own emotions.
It was funny. You want to know what really inspired that song?
Yeah, tell me. I know they inspired it, but there had to have been some feeling inside of you.
I don't know if my feelings any better. I was in the basement and my dad's like, Chino. I'm like, ¿Qué pasó? He's like, Ben. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do now? He's like, ya no eches tanta ropa a lavar. Me vas a quebrar la lavadora. And I'm like, and I was heated. I was like, why is it always me? I didn't do anything. And that one little petty argument inspired that entire song. And I'm like, wow. Looking back on it, I'm like, I was being really dramatic.
Wow. Yeah, just because sometimes you get a little mad.
That one thing set me off, and that was at the beginning of the year. And that one thing set me off, and I was like, all right, this song's getting written. And that's why I kind of low-key was like, my parents don't love me, my siblings don't love me. And I know they do. they've supported me throughout this entire process. But
yeah,
it's like I said, in those moments where you're like, I feel alone. I feel like nobody loves me.
yeah. So Gavilan is basically like a love story gone bad, or like you know what I mean, like puppy love, and then all of a sudden
to take it back to
not gone bad, but something happened, right?
Take it back to the initial song that inspired it, Gavilan o Paloma. That song's about how he wants to be the Gavilan. He wants to be the leader of the relationship.
Okay.
And slowly he realizes he's turning into La Paloma. He's not the strong individual he thought he was. He's the soft one. He's the one that fell in love for no reason, and it wasn't reciprocated.
Yeah.
So that's why it's called Gavilan, because that's who I thought I was at the beginning. I thought I went to summer, changed, I'm a new person. And I ended up there's a song on there called I Failed. I feel like I failed, like I was going through all these emotions, and each one was a genuine emotion I felt. Like I said, I wrote them the week of. So however I felt that week was how I chose the beat. I wrote them on Fridays and I recorded them on either Friday nights or Saturday mornings.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So it's like these songs are really truly your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts. That's kind of like how I've been doing my morning Bible reading lives. I just figure like something that goes on today in my life, I'll think about it and I'll do my Bible reading tomorrow about that. Like I don't overthink it.
Yeah, it's just
I just let whatever. Like you might say something, I'll be like, all right, that'll be good. I'll do my podcast about or my life about that tomorrow.
The thing that inspired that thought process was I always thought you had to study it. You had to sit there and think about every little thing and get it perfect. And I remember watching a Tyler Creator interview where he's like, I sat there for his biggest album, Igor. He sat there and every morning he'd wake up and just record a song. And he was like, I'll leave it as is and I'll come back to it. And I was like, well, I don't have that luxury to come back to it and keep paying for studio time, but I can write the lyrics for what I want to say and then add into it at the studio. So that's what I did. All like the ad libs, literally everything but the main vocals on the songs were completely made up on the spot. It was me and Roach, and I appreciate Roach because Roach had the most patience with me. I would go in there and I'd be like, all right, Roach, I'm done. He'd be like, you ready to add ad-libs? Yep. Spend an hour just on ad-libs. We'd be punching through the entire song. And it helped because he'd be like, nope, do it again. Oh, my voice is gone. He'd be like, nope, do it again. All right.
And who is Roach?
Todd Roach Fogel. Y'all can follow him on Facebook. He's cool. He's a really good. If you think the songs sound good, it's because of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
The sound fire.
Yeah.
I thought it was all because of you.
No,
So tell me a little bit about what does he do? What does that do?
He makes like the mixing process.
Yeah, like what is that? I don't know anything about music.
For example, like
as much I only learn from you guys when the artists come and tell me.
It's like imagine you're. Like with Miggy, when we recorded Papaya, there was so much going on. For a weird story, I don't know if it's a funny story, but a weird story that was unfortunate. We were recording Papaya, and we're just punching through. And we're like, do you hear that? He's like, what happened? I'm like, you hear those gunshots? And we're like, what do we do? And he's like, I don't know. So we go outside, and the police had literally just gunned somebody down.
Damn.
And it was like, wow, like, we're inside. Imagine if we were outside. Imagine we were anywhere else. Like it would have been a completely different story.
Yeah.
So, but to get back to the music, it's like you couldn't hear that because of the pianos in there. You record in like a big empty room. You get a bunch of echoes. You get a bunch of noise that you don't want. So when I record with Roach, he has his own studio and it's really professional. He has really nice microphones, and it's just you get taken seriously. And there's a big thing because when me and Miggy record, he takes me seriously, but there's a lot of just messing around. Like, oh, we're guys. Let's mess around. Let's do this. Let's do that. You want to go get something to drink? Let's go get something to drink. But with Roach, it's like I knew I was paying for time. I'm not gonna waste his time. He's not gonna waste mine. So let's get this going. Let's punch through the entire song. Let him mix it. He'd add all the effects I wanted. For instance, on one of the songs, Tu Última Canción, the trumpet is not part of the original beat. We added that after the fact. And I was like, I need a trumpet on this song. And he was like, well, I'll do it if you pay for it. So once I heard pay for it, I knew I had to take it seriously. It wasn't just, all right, let's get a trumpet and see what it sounds like. It was, I paid for it. We're using the trumpet and we're going to get it to work. So that's what the studio is like. You appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're paying for it and you can mess around all you want, but it's if you want a quality product, you have to be the one to take it seriously.
Yeah. And you'll take it seriously when you put your hard-earned money into it, and then that person is getting paid, so he's taken seriously. It becomes more of a business thing than just like hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. And he's pretty professional from what it sounds like.
Yeah, he is.
He's worked with a lot of artists and stuff.
Yeah, he works with a bunch of, like, honestly, if you hear like any really, really good mixed song come out of Toledo, it was probably Roach. Okay. Not to say the other people out there are bad, but Roach just takes his craft really seriously. And it was funny to see him, because we're talking, chopping it up at the beginning. You get in the studio, you get in the box, and you're like, all right, I gotta be the one to focus. Like, he'll listen to it, tell you did something wrong, tell you did something right, but then you get out and you're not the one mixing it. You're sitting there waiting for him to mix it. You're maybe giving him a little bit of info back and forth, but at the end of the day, he's signing it. He's signing off on it. So if he doesn't like it, he might tell you. He'll add it until he does like it to some degree, because it is his name going on it.
Yeah.
So there's also that to it. It's you got to have like the love and passion for it, but you also got to understand, like, you don't want to make yourself look bad. You don't want to make other people look bad. Yeah. So there's just that respect for it as well.
Yeah, yeah. He wants to do a good job for himself and for you. Yeah. And for the whole goal of the whole album. Because he knows that it's just like when I clean a house. I want to do a good job because I know the next people, like, they might hire me. The next person, the next person to walk in there might be like, "Hey, who cleaned this? Who cleaned this house?" You know, I want to call them too. So like that, he does a good job. They'd be like, "Oh man, I want Roach, you know, to do," which he probably already has a really good reputation. Tell me a little bit about. So now the album is out. Is it out yet?
It's gonna be out the day of the show, the 21st.
So tell me about the whole show and all that.
The release date was funny. Like I said, tell me about that, I wrote it at the beginning of the year. It was supposed to come out in the summer.
Okay, hold on. Let me just start this. And sometimes I get scared, like,
yeah, it's gonna cut off.
Sometimes I'm scared that I go back there and there's gonna be blank. All right, so exactly where we left off.
So
the album.
Yeah,
our release party and all that.
Yeah, the release was supposed to be at the beginning of the year. It was supposed to be in the summer, actually. Because por fin...
The release of the album.
Yeah, because por fin 21, let's go party and finally 21.
Yeah.
But I just got lazy. I was like, no, I want to enjoy myself first. And the more I enjoyed myself, I was like, oh, I want to make music, though. I want to make music. So as much as the relationship might not have ended the way I wanted it, which it was still a really good relationship, but it didn't end the way I wanted it. It inspired Papaya, and Papaya inspired me to just continue to write music and record everything else. But yeah, it's supposed to come out on the 21st. Not really for any specific reason. It was just everything aligned to that date. It gave me enough time to finish the album, kind of like make sure I was building anticipation for the album, coming here with you. So it just worked out perfectly for it to be the 21st. It worked out perfect too. Yeah.
When you messaged me, I took forever, and then I messaged you back. I was like, oh. But it worked out perfect. Yeah, the album was about to come out.
Yep. So it worked out perfectly. And then for the show, it was, all right, I don't know what DJ to get. And then I didn't know how much they were gonna charge, so it worked out perfectly for that too. Because by then I would have the money I needed without having to pull out of like savings or anything else. Yeah. So it was like everything just worked out perfectly.
Is this a show that you're doing yourself?
Yep, it's my show.
So you're providing like the DJ.
Yep.
You got all the artists, everything together.
Yep. The artist was another thing that worked out, because I remember I asked a few people. I asked Roach. I asked Chuco, he's another person that mixes in Toledo, and then Mechie Trejo, who's an artist in Toledo. I asked him, I was like, who can I invite? Mechie put me on to Aliana, who's gonna be one of the opening artists, and then Mechie's gonna be one of the opening artists. Miggy's gonna be one of the opening artists. But then Chuco, I was like, hey Chuco, do you know anybody else? And he goes, I got Cito and Deezo, and I think that's it for the show. Apologies if I'm missing anybody, but I'm pretty sure that's it for the show. And yeah, they're just gonna open up. And I told him, I was like, you get 30 minutes. Because I always hated going to the shows where you get 10 minutes, you get 2 songs, 3 songs. You don't build a crowd with that. You don't build a connection with the crowd. Okay. So I told them, I was like, you get 30 to 45 minutes if you want it. You don't have to use it. You can do your 10 to 15 minutes if you want. But you get the time to build with the crowd. So I gave them that, and I that's why I made it such a select group. So that worked out perfectly. I got DJ Pájaro coming, which... If anybody knows DJ Pájaro, if you're from Toledo, you know DJ Pájaro puts on a
good show.
Yeah, good show. And then I'm headlining at 11. So from 12 to 2, there's gonna be DJ. From 7 to midnight, it's gonna be all artists. So that's the plan for the show.
Okay.
At the Eastside Cantina.
Eastside Cantina, November 21st.
Yep, starting from 7 to 2 a.m.
7 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yep.
And then at 7 p.m., we're gonna get the DJ until what time?
From the DJ is gonna be there from 2 a.m. But from midnight to 2 a.m. it's just gonna be the DJ.
Okay, from midnight to 2 a.m. DJ.
Yep.
Oh, that's like after you guys are done?
Yep, after we're done.
Okay.
So anybody who wants to come out.
Okay. So when does the show start? 7 p.m. That's kind of a little bit after that, probably.
Yeah, a little bit after that. Let some people get there.
Yeah,
maybe closer to 8-ish. But
okay.
Yeah.
And that's when the first artist comes out.
Yep.
And then you're gonna have it all set up. And some artists are gonna be up there 30 minutes. Some are gonna be probably shorter.
Yeah.
Some people probably don't have that many songs. Yep. But however, you're gonna give them the option.
Yeah. They get that liberty
to present a whole show.
Yeah.
For their fans.
And if you know DJ Pájaro, he's gonna bring his sound equipment, his lights, so it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be cool.
And then you got a hold of like the Eastside Cantina, and they let you use. Or you rented
that was me
it?
and Miggy. Me and Miggy got a hold of them. So shout out to Eastside Cantina for letting us use the venue. But Miggy got a hold of them. We got a hold of Masio, the son of the owner, and everything just worked out perfect.
Okay. Yeah, so that's dope.
I wanted to make it a Friday because I was like, if the album comes out Friday, I want to go party Saturday. So that was the plan behind it.
So Friday's gonna be the release Gavilan release party.
Yep.
At Eastside Cantina, November 21st, from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yep. Don't
miss it. Make sure you're there for Chino. It's Gavilan means hawk.
Yeah.
You know my uncle, he passed away. Rest in peace to my uncle Carlos. Everyone called him Gavilan.
Yeah. Ever since I told my dad the name, ever since I finished it at least, because he knew the name for a while, he'd be like, "Mi Gavilan" every time I walk by. I'm like that. Once you listen to the album, you realize I'm more of the Paloma. But yeah, for now, I guess I'll be the Gavilan.
No, but that's because you're young, dog. We know you're. I feel like I am too, like sometimes. But now that I learn more about God, being a Gavilan is not just. It's actually, it's good to be the man of the relationship and then guide the woman a certain way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of nowadays, dog, it's really easy for us to fall into the Paloma and the women fall into the Gavilan.
Yeah.
And they're trying to tell you what to do and how to do this and what to do that. And that's okay to a little extent where you guys are helping each other, like in a relationship. But we can never let the woman become the whole Gavilan and it's like dictating everything that's happening in the household. Because that's what God made, man and woman, for us to be in a relationship. And you are supposed to be like, lead the way, protector, provider. She's like the homemaker. But not where you're like, hey, you got to stay home. None of that. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Like look at me and my wife. We're loving, we're caring, we both provide, we both protect. But you have to be the Gavilan and she has to be the Paloma.
Yeah.
And if you see it the other way, you got to step into it and help it out. Yeah. But we got to have a good heart too. So we got to know when to be the Paloma when we need to be in that relationship.
That's why it ends with La Vida Seguirá. Because at the beginning of the song, I'm saying, I know you're going to go on to do better. I know you're going to go on to do different things. I know none of the songs are really made to be like, I hate you, I dislike you. They're just, because I don't have any disdain for anybody. I don't have any hatred towards anybody, but it was just, didn't work out. That's fine. Doesn't mean I'm not hurt or upset about it, but I'm also not going to bash you. I'm not going to write any song to hate you because that's not how I feel.
Yeah.
I did love you. I did want you. I did have care for you. So it's never going to be, I wrote these songs to make you sad or upset. I wrote these songs so that I knew how I felt. And that's why it came to be.
And to share your journey and also like to create something, to be creative, and you never know. I think this is a fire album. So what do you do with this? Like, you put it out there and you're going to put it online and
it's going to be on all platforms.
You've been promoting it and everything. I think this is the one, man, that you could really take off with, bro. It's fire, dog. Have you ever did a whole album like this?
No. With Miggy, I've only done Siete Días. Okay. We recorded January 21st at the beginning of the year, and then we made Papaya. So I always knew I wanted to make an album. Ever since I met Miggy, I told him, I'm going to make an album. And then life got in the way, my back pain got in the way, and just so many excuses. And that's why, like, over the summer, I was like, I hate making excuses. If I can't do something, I'm not going to do it. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try to do something. So I was like, if it sucks, it sucks. It doesn't matter. Thankfully, it doesn't. But if it sucks, it sucks. So I'm going to throw everything I can at it. If I fail, it's because I failed. So I was just tired of making the excuses. And yeah, it's going to be on all platforms. It's going to be where my dad's promoting at his taco truck, Tacos El Rancho. We're going to post it up in San Marcos. I got little business cards made with the album covers on it with the release date on the back and a QR code to take you to it. So yeah, I got a lot planned for this album.
Yeah. That would be nice to make sure, like, cause it's like Spanish, and what do you call this?
Yeah, that was hard because you release
not reggaeton.
Yeah, no, you release it and you gotta pick the genre. And I'm like,
yeah, what's the genre?
I called Miggy. I was like, Miggy, what do I put? Because there's some R&B, there's some rap, there's some, like you said, reggaeton, there's a cumbia, there's some bachata.
It's like a little bit of everything.
So the only thing we came up with was alternative hip hop. And we're like, we have nothing else to call it. It's alternative hip hop. Because we tried to like select different things, maybe Latin this, but it's not Latin. Try picking R&B, but they're not all R&B. So it just made it so difficult to pick. And we just picked alternative hip hop is what it is.
Alternative hip hop. So that's okay. But it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And it's fire. It's something that nobody has ever heard. I think, no, because Broken Heart Boy made this little song, but it just had like a Spanish hook.
Yeah.
And I love that one song. I forgot what it was all about. But back in the day, that's the one that got me like hooked on Broken Heart Boy. And now he's totally changed.
Yeah.
He's Mario B now. And he's doing songs for Jesus Christ, and that's fire too.
Yeah, that is.
But I remember him putting that. But your songs are like full in Spanish, little bit of some are English, Spanish. It's like a whole vibe.
Yeah, I like to switch between because my friend asked me the other day, why do you text in English and Spanish when I can to my friends that speak English and Spanish? Because you get different emotions from different words. I forgot what the word was, but it was like, in English, it means this, and it's a very generic meaning. But in Spanish, it sounds like this. And I'm like, I like the way it sounds way more in this. So, like, what's one of the songs where I switch a lot? Tu Última Canción. No, that's not one of them. One of the songs I switch a lot. I'm like, I did it on purpose.
You switch back and forth.
Yeah, or like I'll just throw little things in English or little things in Spanish. So you always have someone's attention. And it was just to inspire that same idea that I had when texting people was, it might catch you off guard that it's in Spanish. Like my friend did. She was like, why do you do this? But that's the point, to kind of grab your attention and hold it for just a split second. And if that's the one thing you understand, that's fine. But that's what the main song is about. Those little spots where it's either in English or Spanish. That sums up the entire song.
That's fire. Yeah, because you want to, it's like, I study like Mr. Beast. He when he's doing his video, every once in a while, he's like, hey, remember, in a couple minutes, this guy's gonna win $1 million. Like he throws in, like, because he tries to catch your attention so you can keep watching. Yeah. So you can keep listening. You gotta try to catch people's attention. Like
for Tu Última Canción, I talk a lot in it, and if anybody knows me, they know I like to talk. I like to like say either romantic things or just things that speak to me, things that aren't always serious, but they're also not like super silly. Like I can be in between. So with those ones, it was just things that I genuinely did say to her, the girl I was talking to. They were those genuine things that I was saying, like, tú me decías loco, pero loco por ti. It was just those little things. And I remember she called me and she was like, I could guess what you were going to say before you said it. And she was like, I hate that song because of that. It's my favorite one and I hate it because of that. So it was so funny because I'm like, I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs because it feels like me. Like that's how I am. Like I'll talk and talk and talk, and then break off something and make it less serious, but still keep that same vibe. And that's exactly what that song is.
Man, I think you have like a whole vibe with that, man. So, okay. So when I first met you, you were singing like at Toledo's Top Talent. Yeah. You were just like graduate. How old are you? 21 now?
21, yep.
So that's good that's coming out on the 21st.
I thought about that the other day. I didn't do it intentionally, but I thought about it. I was like, 21. It's coming out on 21.
Yeah, it's good. I just thought of that too. So you're 21, and then I saw when I met you, you were doing like what is it, mariachis, and
Yeah.
So do you? So this, but this is something like you're like morphing into this kind of music.
Yeah, so I still do mariachi with Los Halcones and BG for BGSU. So
Okay.
shout out Los Halcones, shout out Eliana, everybody that's in there. But I still do mariachi.
You still do all that, okay.
But when I do mariachi, I don't go by Chino. I go by Luis.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not like I won't tell people like, oh, I'm Luis Gamez, but I don't present myself as Chino at least.
Yeah, use Luis.
Yeah, I'm just Luis.
That's
but
your name.
like when I go perform, when I'm making my music, I make it evident that I'm Chino. Just because I want to differentiate it. I love singing mariachi. I love singing opera. I love doing all these different things. The fact that I can do it is a gift of God, but
Yeah.
it's not something that I try to hide. It's just I gotta differentiate. So that when people are like, oh, let's go get Luis Gamez, they know who they're getting. When they say, oh, hit up Chino, they know who they're hitting up. So I just got to differentiate between the two.
Okay. So you got a whole, so that's kind of, before we turned on the camera, remember I was telling you, like, I feel like we're all like, where we can put on our suit and become like these avatars.
Yeah.
Cause when I first seen him today, I was like, dude, you become like this whole new avatar. Like you put on this skin and you're like a whole new person. Compared to the last, because the last time you said you weighed 270.
Yep.
You had a whole different hairstyle. Now you got a whole little like
little mullet going on.
Yeah, but that's a cool style. You know, that's what people are wearing, that kind of style. Man, so I just feel like that you got a whole new style. You become a whole new person, and with that whole new music style for Chino, you know, I think that's just like it's gonna be unstoppable. You just gotta go hard online.
Oh yeah,
bro.
I'm gonna see how many performances I can get throughout the winter because I love performing.
Yeah,
like I don't love sitting there and just recording myself saying that's cool and all, but I love performing, getting to hold people's attention, getting to see them cheer. Because I remember this one night we went out with Swin, and we went out to perform at the Polish Ostrich, and it was dope. You see people are like lighting up for Swin. Pretty much the whole night for everybody, but Swin specifically, they were like, again, and I'm like, what are we cheering for? Like, what's going on? Like, Swin's dope, but I was like, what are we cheering for? And he does it again, and the entire crowd goes crazy. The same exact song twice in a row, and the crowd loved it. And I was like, that's what I want to do. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, my music's not like Swin's, but it's captivating.
You know, you got your own.
Yeah,
Swin has his own.
That's what I mean. Like, it's still captivating because it's not something you hear. Same way Swin isn't something you hear, but with every single person, it's something on its own. So that's why why I had to make it like that.
Breadwinning Swin got his own style, his own look.
When I was rapping, I was like, what would I really did want to hit him up, and I was like, what would Swin do? But I was like, I can't do what Swin does. I gotta do what I do. Yeah. So it made it really difficult because sometimes I would write the way Miggy would write, and I'm like, no, I don't like this. Sometimes I would write the way GMB Tone writes, and I'm like, no, I don't like that either. So it was just really difficult to find my own style. And then I think, what song was it? Either Barely 21 or Floating. One of those two, Miggy was like, oh, you finally found like your style. I can hear it now. And I'm like, yeah, something like that. Because I'm still trying to work through it. If anybody knows me, they know I'm never like, oh, I got it now. It's just, I appreciate what it is, but I'm never going to say I'm the best or really good at it. It's just, I am what I am.
Yeah, at first, I remember hearing you like, I think the verses, or what was that thing where you guys all got together? I forgot what it's called.
The Cypher?
The Cypher, yeah, not the verses. The Cypher. And I remember listening to you, and you're trying to like, at first you were trying to figure it out, but you're singing. But now it's like that, these songs you just sent me, it's like, whoa, it's not just singing. This is like, this is like Spanish, like rap, and I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's a mix of everything because it starts off.
It's conversation. You're actually talking. You're singing. You're all this cool stuff happening, and like cool sounds and things happening, bro.
Like even for one of the songs, I go, I've lost my pace. I found my place up under your arm. And the reason I rap it like that is it kind of sounds like I'm offbeat, but that's the point. I've lost my pace. Like I wasn't following you. You weren't following me. I lost my pace genuinely. And I wrote it like that for a reason. And it's like those little nuances, those little things that people are like, why'd he do it like this? That's exactly why. It'll continue the story, continue everything that's going on. Yeah.
And it goes perfect with the song, and then you lost your place in the song. Wow. And you lost your place in life when you were going through that. Wow, so it all falls into place. All right, so So okay, so where are you at now? Like, where are you at mentally with all of this? Like, cause like, you know, you look so good from the outside. I'm looking at you. You look like you're doing good. You got like, tell me about where are you at with all of it right now?
Right now, I feel I'm tired. I can't, as far as music goes, I can't write any music right now. Like if somebody were to ask me to get on a feature, give me like a month and I got you, because my brain is fried with the music. It's something I love, and I can't wait to perform the songs I already have, but to just continue to write, which I tried to the other night. I'm like, let's just try to write to have fun. And I'm like freestyling, but I'm like, no, none of this is hitting. It's just, I'm focused on the show right now. And once I get that done, once I get more comfortable with it, then maybe I'll start writing again. But as of right now, that's where I am with music.
Well, yeah.
Me personally, I feel really good right now. Like a lot of stuff has gone on. Like I said, the album is true. So I genuinely did stop talking to somebody recently. Okay. But it's my friends didn't leave me behind. Throughout my entire life, I always felt like I was alone, because like my mom was always like, "Be tough. You gotta be strong for yourself."
I remember you telling me last podcast.
So when I stopped talking to her, and like she was friends with my friends and my friends were friends with her, so I thought, oh, there goes everybody again. We're gonna start from scratch. Yeah. And for like a day or two, I was like, all right, I just gotta learn to do this all by myself again. And by a day or two, I think it might have been like a Wednesday or a weekend, but I was gonna go record a song. And I remember I went to the studio by myself, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And Miggy calls me. Hey, bro, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm in the studio. He goes, hey, can I pull up? Yeah, go ahead and pull up. You want me to bring something to drink? If you want, you don't got to. And then he pulls up, and we're just chopping it up. We're making the song. And that's the day I made A los 18. And Miggy's like, this is a hit. He's rocking back and forth. And I'm still feeling like the loss, because I'm like, oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong. I leave the studio. My friend calls me. She's like, oh, like, what are you doing tonight? I don't know. Do you want to go do something? I guess. What do you want to go do? You want to go to BG? Sure, I go to BG. All my friends are there. So it's like, for the first time, I didn't feel completely alone after that, which I always had my family, my brothers, my sibling, my sister, my mom, but I never wanted to tell them and burden them with my issues. And I feel bad for my friends, because they don't hear the end of it now. They never hear the end of it. I'll call them at like 3 a.m. Hey, what are you doing? Sleeping. Hey, I miss her. Is that okay? You're stupid. What do you mean you miss her? Just tell me it's okay. Should I call her? You better not call her.
No, don't call her.
Bro, I'll come take your phone. Come on, just one time. No. Luis, if you call her, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm not going to call her. Yeah. Hang up on them, I call her. Yeah, no, they hate me. They don't hate me, but they're tired of it.
Because they're the ones that they were there to work.
Yeah,
hear you through it when you call.
And don't get me wrong, they're still hearing me through it. Yeah. They still, after this, I'll probably leave and be on my way home and be like, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Hey, I miss her. I was talking about her all podcast.
No, bro, you just gotta. So, but okay, so the girl that you made the album with, that's not the girl.
No, that's Stephanie.
Just somebody else.
No, me and Stephanie.
No, because I seen you guys holding hands, like doing a video or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Something on Facebook. And I was like, he got a new girlfriend. I was like, no, that was like the album.
That song was made, I think, that was the one that we wrote like a year or two ago. Oh, okay. We recorded it with Miggy so many times, but it always missed something. And I was like, no, I'm not going to release it. That was the one song literally all of my friends wanted. I didn't hear the end of it. When are you going to release it? When are you going to release it? I don't know. I'm going to hold on to it. It's going to stay in the vault. And I showed my one friend, Jackie. Jackie showed our entire friend group, all of her friends. This is the song I love. I love this song. And I'm like, all right, no, I have to record it. And I love Stephanie's part. I love my part. But it was just, I didn't feel it if I redid it. I didn't want to like not feel it and not be genuine. And luckily enough, it just so happened that I was back in the mood. Yeah. So that's why that song ended up actually getting finished. But yeah, Stephanie was just a friend. But the girl, one of the lyrics in I've Changed, where it like changes beats and it shifts rhythms. It goes, they said it couldn't be a bar that brought us together. Because we met at my little brother's graduation party. So it was cool, because it was like everybody always told me, you're not going to meet a girl drinking, you're not going to meet a girl at a party, you're not going to meet a girl at the club. And I was like, they said it couldn't be a bar to bring us together. So romantic, the light and so smooth, the way it hits you got me thinking it's Chris Brown. So it was just things I was thinking when we're dancing, when we're moving around. And that song was written for a while, but I ended up just elevating it, changing things to it, adding to it. So that's how that song came to be. And yeah, she inspired quite a bit of the album, if not most of it, if not all of it.
Wow. All right, so one thing that I wanted to tell you, okay, you said something like, yeah, you can't think about writing no music. I don't think you should think about writing music for a while, because what you just said, right? You said that you want to go do some shows.
Yeah.
So focus on doing a bunch of these shows with these 12 songs, right? Dude, you know, like when I listen to like comedians, they go and they do their comedy show for like a whole year.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. I think earlier it was like, I don't get how people can just release something once and they're like, all right, let's move on to the next. Yeah. No, I'm stuck on these 12 songs. I love these 12 songs. I made them for a reason. These weren't just throwaway songs where I'm like, let's post it real quick. It was because Papaya wasn't even a throwaway song, but it was just I couldn't think of how to promote it. I didn't have enough songs to go perform. Now that I have songs to go perform, I'm adding Papaya to my set list January 21st. Whenever Miggy's with me, we're about to do Siete Dias. So I'm making sure to add like my entire catalog to it, because I never had enough to do it. And now that I do, everything's getting done. So yeah, no, I don't intend on writing any music. Like if somebody asks me for a feature, and the only way I do features is I don't charge for them, but I have to actually like the song. I have to like the beat. I have to like the person. So that's the only way I'll do a feature. And
don't put your stuff on some garbage.
No, and it's not even because
unless it's your own garbage.
Yeah, it's not even like I think I'm so full of myself.
That's what I'm saying. Unless it's your own garbage.
It's like it's just, why waste my time for something that I don't love?
You have a creative. Yeah. You want your stuff on something that's you're like, liking.
Don't get me wrong. If you do something and I'm like, oh, this is weird, everybody's gonna think it's weird. If I like it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah, I'll.
You have to like it.
Yeah, because like I said, Miggy does have like his Christian music coming out. There's one song on there where he was like, just sing like you're in a choir. We added like 8 layers on it, and they're all my voice, just in different ranges. And it was like, I wouldn't do that with anybody else. I wouldn't do it with anybody else unless it was Miggy. Because it did take a lot out of me to do it. Took a lot of creativity, but we got it done, and I wouldn't have done it for anybody else.
Yeah, that's because that's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of work, and you're doing it for free to help out your friend, and he helps you out, so you guys, but you can't do that for everybody.
Shout out Miggy, though, because Confio.
Shout out to Miggy, man.
Confio, Cashout Miggy, Confio would have probably pushed the album back. Miggy came in one day and he was like, hey, I booked a time right after you. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, whatever. Like, he's about to make his own song. He recorded Confio with his own studio time and gifted it to me. Oh, yeah. So he's real. He really wanted me to make this album and throw out most of the songs. He was there with me. If not, I would send them to him right after. And he was like, all right, I'm going to hang up. I'm going to listen to it. Listen to it. Call me back. Hey, this is hard. I got to go give it the whip test. Here I go picking Miggy up. All right, let's go listen to it. Listening to it, he shows me his song, what he's been working on, and it was just I never felt like I didn't have somebody like to
cheer me on.
Yeah, it was. I always had Miggy, and of course I had my dad, but Miggy was my boy. He was there from the beginning. He was there cheering me on.
I love you, Miggy.
Like I said, you're like one of the only 5 people that have it. Miggy has it. My homegirl has it. Jackie has it. I don't know who else might have it, but my one of my other homegirls, she designed the poster for me. Caitlin Hansen, she did it for me. She designed the poster. She helped me with the album cover. So shout out her too. She has the lyrics, the songs, and yeah, those are the only people that have it thus far.
That's fire. And Miggy's a real one, man. He's always been good. And Miggy, whenever you're ready, you know I'm right here for you, my brother. Just holler at me, you know, whenever you're done or whatever album, whatever you got going on. You know, holler at your boy Yogi. I'm booked for the rest of this year, but holler at me for the coming up year.
I don't know when he's about to have it come out, but Pan Dulce, he just recorded that. He has Theo Joey on there. Oh, that one goes hard.
Okay.
Yeah. I have it, so.
Yeah. So
I feel bad for the people that don't.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, man. Okay, so have you ever heard of who was I just thinking about? The country star singer that's from Toledo.
Yeah.
Andy Joe Taylor.
Oh, yep.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to cut that out. Have you ever... Hold on, because I'm going to say it again, but I don't want to act like I forgot her name. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of Andy Joe Taylor, the country star singer?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you did. Remember, I think you guys did something together or no?
I think a while ago we performed together.
Something like at the.
It was at Toledo Top Talent. She opened up for us. Yep.
Yeah. So her right. Her mom is like her manager, and her mom gets her live shows all over the place, dude. So I believe, so then, and that's that, right? So that, let's put that to the side. And then one day I was listening to Joe Rogan, and I seen this guy that he was an amazing singer, and his buddy was like a realtor. And he played for his buddy, and his buddy quit realty, like he quit the whole realtor business. And he said, you know what? I love your sound. I'm going to quit everything. I'm going to get you gigs all over the country. Yeah. And little by little, he got his buddy gigs. And now he's like a famous, I forgot the name of it, but he's like a country singer. And he's super famous. His buddy's his manager. And they're like super rich now. And they're traveling, making music all over the world. And that's Andy Joe Taylor's doing, like, little by little. Her mom is getting her, she would even play for the Cleveland Browns.
I saw it.
In the field, bro. The national anthem. And I know you did that for the Mud Hens. Yep. And I know that you could we just gotta find, like, I think that too, like, me, like, I can never grow with this podcast because I don't have someone to help me grow it. But if you can find somebody that's like willing to put, or you do it too, willing to put in time and effort to book you shows and get you out there, man, dude, you'll be unstoppable, bro.
I hope so. That's the plan. Like I said, Miggy knows a few contacts here in Toledo, so I know he just started work, so he might not be able to accompany me to all the shows, but definitely in the winter I want to do a few, even if it's just local, and then in the spring do more, and in the summer maybe reach out to like bigger ones and being like, hey, like I got this much, I've done this many shows. Let's see what we can do for the bigger ones. So, dude,
when I seen her for Andy Joe Taylor, she was going to the Mexican restaurants, dude. She would go to like La Fiesta, and they would set her up a little corner, her guitar, a microphone, and that's how they started. And then from them little shows, just sitting at a restaurant, just doing like an hour, she would do a couple songs, and then all of a sudden, I seen her at the Heights. Then I seen her at these events, and then I seen her at these, stages, and then all of a sudden she's on the NFL, and every weekend she's doing different shows in different country bars and stuff like that.
It's so funny because I started in college like performing. I would go to like karaoke and perform every once in a while. So every now and then I get invited, or we go out and there's karaoke, and it's funny because I'll look at my TikTok videos. I'm like, man, I sounded okay, but I definitely improved, and I never really feel like I improved until I go to those things where they're like, somebody get him back up there. He needs to sing again. And because a couple weeks ago, I went out with to one of the new Cuban restaurants. I forgot the name of it, but I went out to one of them and they were having karaoke.
Sweet Havana.
Yeah, Sweet Havana. That's what it is. And they were having karaoke event. So I went and wasn't expecting much. We sat down and we ate. The food was really good, and so they have that. But as much as like a crowd, I wasn't expecting much of a crowd. So I'm like, it's whatever. I'll go in there, sing. They invited me. I'll sing. And they're doing karaoke. I grab the microphone. They're like, otra. And I'm like, all right, I didn't prepare another one, but all right, I'll do another one. Or like we went out to karaoke the other night in BG. We only went to go play pool. And we got bored. So like, let's go walk around. We started walking around. And I don't know if you saw my Facebook, but I ended up doing My Way at one of the bars. And everybody was just broke necks. I was like, oh. And then even at work, they asked me to sing for one of our Hispanic heritage events. And I remember I walked in there and everybody was like, oh, it's a mariachi singer, whatever. They weren't like whatever, but they were like, oh, it's just another guy. He works with us. And then I remember they heard me saying, it is este amor apasionado. And everybody goes, oh, he can sing. And then you get to the volver, and it's a loud part. And I pull the microphone away because I don't need it anymore. And they just see, like, you see all the faces change. And they're like, oh, he sings. Like, he can sing.
Bro, you're a good ass singer, bro.
Like, sometimes I forget because you hang around, like, your friends. You hang around Miggy. And they're like, they get so used to it that when you go out to public places like that and they're not expecting somebody to be good, they're like, oh, my God. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. I can do this. I am pretty good.
This dude is a real life singer, bro. I've heard you sing opera. I've heard you sing them big mariachi, like where you had the big sombrero on and the whole look and all that. So I know you got Bro, you got it, dog. Hey, have you've heard of the gun Mexican OT and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
So he raps. You were you trying to do that? Like your 121 that one album you said didn't work out. Were you trying to do more like a rap type deal like that?
Not necessarily.
No?
I wanted to make more of like a party rap album, where it was like cumbias and stuff like that. Cumbias tumbadas, bachatas, where it's like more silky and smooth. But I was like, that's not me. I was trying to impersonate some other people.
Yeah.
Not specifically that Mexican OT, even though I do admire him and his music's dope. But it was just, I was trying to impersonate someone who I wasn't more than anything. And Miggy would sit down with me and be like, all right, let's try this. And like I said, he would let me record. He would let me record for hours and he would never mix it. And I'm like, I don't even blame you. And he's like, yeah, they were bad.
You were trying to figure yourself out.
Yeah.
How did you end up figuring yourself out? Or do you feel like you have? Do you even feel like you figured yourself out?
I feel like I've definitely figured out quite a bit.
Okay.
I know I like the spunky music, like the beats that are. What my friend said it so well. She's like, we were listening to J. Cole, Jackie, and she goes, "Is this why you like it? Because it's like a smooth beat, but then you add elements to it. You add yourself to it, and it's not like a smooth beat anymore. It's you're personifying the lyrics. You're putting emotion into it. You're doing what you need to do to get the emotion out. So it's not just a standard beat anymore." And I was like, yeah, that's exactly why. That's exactly what I do. Yeah. And so when initially I was making the lyrics more of the punch, I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds dope. And it didn't, because it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't getting any type of emotion. It was just me trying to sound cool. And trying to sound cool never actually sounds cool. What sounds cool is you putting yourself out there, and like you said, it's something Toledo hasn't heard. It's something my friends told me Toledo hasn't heard, because it's not going out. Let's go out, beat a bunch of people up. Let's go out and drink. Let's go out and smoke. It's a story, and it's something that everybody feels, but nobody wants to talk about because it's so vulnerable to talk about. Yeah. And from the very beginning, that's what I wanted to do. When I was in high school, my quote was, "I want to become somebody who inspires people to do something that they didn't think was possible." And I didn't think it was possible. I thought I was going to have to, like, not stoop down, but do the same thing everybody else was doing in Toledo. And to make any type of movement, make any type of people, like, show up. And the few people I have shown the album to, not even because they're my friends, because they've told me, like, oh, what if you fix this? I went in and fixed it. What if you do this differently? Yeah, Miggy didn't let the songs come out if they sucked. So it was just, I don't have a bunch of yes men. I have people telling me, like, what I need to do, what I need to fix. So me wanting to be somebody completely different, and just everything came together perfectly for this album. And it would have never been made if it wasn't for the people I met, the support system I had, my job, my dad. As sad as it was losing my mom, because I would have never had the freedom to do the dumb stuff, to make mistakes, to know what to write about, to know what inspired me. If my mom was here, she'd be like, "¿Dónde vas a las 2 de la mañana?" Yeah. A ningún lado, era, I don't know, pasearme en la bicicleta. And a lot of times I would just leave and walk around, and just walking inspired so many lyrics. And it sucks that she had to go, and it sucks she never got to see a finished project of mine, but I feel so much better knowing that she is seeing it, and that she was along for every single part of it. Like I know she would have wanted to. Yeah, and then now that I learn about God and stuff, it says that God, everything is done. I don't know. It sucks because your mom passed away. So, but now you have this story, right? So now you can help people that their mom passed away. Yeah. You have something in you, brother, that not everyone has. You were cut short, but and then I don't know if something like in you. I don't know if you heard some of the lyrics, but my friend Jackie also pointed this out. She's like, "I love that you talk about your mom. I love that you talk about dancing in so many of your songs." I'm like, one of the things my mom told me when I was younger, another time I fell in love, it was just, "Chino, like, are you okay? Like, are you doing drugs?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not drugs. I'm happy." And one of the lyrics in the songs is, "These aren't drugs I'm on, mama. It's something you cherish, something between you and my dad." So that's where that lyric came from. And like all of the dancing things, it reminded me of my mom. Me and my mom would dance, and she taught me to dance. She taught me to be free. She taught me to be who I wanted to be. And my dad was always working, so he taught me to be like a strong individual. He taught me, don't settle for less. Don't be a pushover. But my mom was a very, very strong woman. And she taught me to be who I am. And it sucked because when she passed away, I did lose myself for a little bit.
Of course.
I thought I was being strong. I thought I could do everything by myself. And luckily, God sent Miggy my way. And instantly, Miggy picked me up. He was like, all right, let's go try to record music. We made Siete Dias. And then once I start to feel like I'm losing myself again, all right, I'm not talking to Miggy as much anymore. What am I doing? What am I doing? I meet my friend Jackie. I meet my homegirl that I talk to all the time. And it's just, everything worked out. And then I joined the mariachi group, and it was that inspired me to continue to do music. It didn't, I never had any time to stop. Yeah. It was just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Something will work out. And then as I'm like starting to lose steam for the music, because all the songs suck, I meet a girl, I fall in love, and Gavilan is born. So it was just every time I lost hope, something came out.
Dang, that's crazy. So this whole Gavilan thing, this is not, hold on. This is not your relationship from a long time ago. Is this something that happened after this whole podcast?
So this is something that...
Remember our last podcast? Yeah. Did we talk about a relationship, or didn't we talk about something?
We may have, but it wasn't the same one.
So this is a whole different...
This one started to give people...
After that other podcast?
Yeah, to give people an idea.
Oh, okay.
This wasn't that long ago. This was in July.
Oh, okay.
I started talking to her in July. During this album, we're still talking. Okay. We didn't stop talking till maybe a couple weeks ago. So all of the sad songs were literally as I was going through the emotions.
Okay. See, I didn't. Okay, thank you for putting me, because I was still thinking this might have been a relationship from before the old podcast. No. So this is a whole new relationship, a whole new mission, and all.
It was literally a few months ago.
Okay, so this is all like really touchy.
Yeah,
that's why when you said I might go home. When I go home, I might call me like, hey, I'm still thinking about her, because this is something fresh. This is something that's still
because like my friend, the thing that inspired this shirt, which shout out to Caitlin again. She goes, one of my friends, Eliana, the leader of the mariachi group, she was like, oh, you should get a shirt that says I miss my ex. Texted me out of nowhere. Hadn't texted her all morning, hadn't called her all morning. You should get a shirt that it says I miss my ex. I'm like, no, that sounds too generic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what if I just make my own shirt? And I didn't tell her this, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, what do I do? And what sucked is the girl I was talking to, she's a graphic designer. So that's why she made the album cover for Papaya. So I was like, I would have been perfect to ask her. So then I'm like, who do I ask? And Jackie's roommate, Caitlin, I didn't feel like bothering her, so I never thought of her initially. And she goes, yeah, if you ever needed somebody to like help you make the posters, album cover, anything, let me know. And she helped me with the album cover. So one day I asked her, I'm like, hey, can you help me make a shirt design? And she goes, what do you want it to say? And I go, have you seen my casi algo? And she's like, what does that mean? I'm like, have you seen somebody that like slipped away from me that we were meant to be? And she goes, okay, I'll make it for you. The one thing she didn't want to add, these flowers, the girl I was talking to, these are her favorite flowers. She was like, you know, I can refuse to do things, right? She was like, you better not be doing this because you're still stuck on her. I'm like, no, not at all. No, I would never.
Yeah.
And so she added them for me. So it says, have you seen my casi algo?
Have you seen my casi algo? So that means she was almost the one.
Yeah.
Like casi, it was almost something.
Yeah. It was
casi algo.
We were just about to get there.
Almost there.
Yep.
Man. And then sometimes you think about that, like, oh, what if I would have?
Exactly.
Where would it be now? Where would it be?
That's
now?
where I failed came in, because it was like, I wonder where you've been. I wonder who you've seen. Is he better than me? And one of the lyrics in there that Roach added, actually, he came up with this part was right after I say, is he better than me? He was like, what can we add there? I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. My brain's all fogged up because I was like I said, I was actually sad when I was recording it. So I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know what we can add. And he goes, say, oh, I doubt he'd be. I'm like, okay. So that's why that one lyric may seem off, because it was written out of nowhere. But I'm like, it does make sense, because like even when you're sad, you start to think like everything you gave them, everything you gave up, and it's like, I doubt he'd be. I doubt he'd be better than me.
That's a good one, Roach.
So yeah, that's how that lyric came to be, and we just threw in so many things on that song. But that's what that song talks about, was it could have been, but I failed. And then I think either the next song or one of the songs after that is Trial. Like, why am I the one being blamed now? I gained some self-respect. I'm not going to be the one to say I failed anymore. I'm the one being put on trial, and your friends are gonna join my side once I tell them the truth. You don't want to go to trial because you know I'm gonna win. You don't want to do all these things, and that song just came out of nowhere. She actually, never mind, it was inspired by her again, because she told me, she was like, I want you to make like this type of song. And I was like, I don't think I can. And that I can't sat in the back of my mind once we stopped talking. I'm like, all right, what did she tell me to do? She told me to make a song, add the word sunshine, and make it this specific style. So one of the lyrics in there is struggling to add sunshine to my song, and it goes right back into I plead my case before the court. And it's just that's how that came to be.
Yeah, I heard that song. Yeah. I was like, in the court. I was like, what does all this mean?
Yep, that's what it means. Just me, me pleading to my friends. Like,
it was like
believe
pleading
me.
your case.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because like in a relationship, this side has a story, this side has a story, and you're pleading your case. Yeah. Okay.
Because she pled her case to her friends. Yeah. But I didn't want to get involved. So in the beginning, that's why it starts kind of sad and building up, and then it's fine. Like, I plead my case now. It's my turn.
Wow.
So that's how.
Dude, you put a lot of thought and a lot of like into this whole album. Like, you really did. Like, the whole thing is like really, it's like your life story step by step throughout a bunch of months of whatever, like this whole relationship.
That's why, like, if you hear the beginning of the album, you're like, oh, like some of these songs are really so cute. And then literally right at the 6th song, it goes a completely different direction.
Dang. All right, so man, that's fire. I love the music. Let's take a little break real quick. I got to use the bathroom, and then we're gonna come back. I want to ask you a few more things, and then we'll be done with the podcast. All right. All right. Yep. All right, we're back. All right, I did want to ask you about your cover art, your album cover, and all that, because it has like your face.
Yep.
But it looks like you've been to jail, or you've been in jail or something. I didn't know you've been to jail.
That's my my ID photo. Like I said, it's supposed to be called Por fin 21.
Yeah.
So I went. It was funny. My 21st birthday, I was like, I gotta go to the DMV. I'm gonna take forever. Today's about to suck. So then I wake up in the morning. My dad's really happy, wishing me happy birthday. They're like, oh, we're gonna go out to eat later. As close as we are, like, since my mom passed away, we hadn't really gone out for anybody's birthday. We haven't really gone crazy for anybody's birthday. So I was like, all right, like, cool. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the DMV real quick, get my ID. I go there, wait maybe 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, it's actually going pretty quick. I'm like, watch them say something though. I'm gonna be missing I'm gonna be missing a bill or something.
Yeah, it's always something.
I get up there and they're like, oh yeah, like, super sweet lady. Oh, it's your 21st birthday? Oh, like have a drink on me, like have a good night. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm not planning to get too crazy. But then I end up going to take my picture, and she's like, just smile real big. And she's like, I saw you smiling over there, just smile real big right now. And I'm like, okay, I didn't think I was gonna smile in my photo. And keep in mind, this is still when I'm like, even throughout the past few months, I've lost like 30 pounds. So from then to now, I lost quite a bit of weight. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to smile because I feel big, I feel bloated, and so I don't want to take a picture. She takes my picture, and I'm like, all right, well, I smiled. That's on my ID now. It is what it is. Yeah. And I get home, and I'm just staring at it. I'm like, why am I so intrigued by this? What's going on? And I'm like, the album's called Por fin 21. What if I just use this? And I took a picture of it. And I'm like, this is going to be the album cover. From the very beginning, I knew that would be the album cover. Whether it ended up being Por fin 21 or not. The initial thing that inspired me was I was writing music to create the album. It sucked, but I didn't give up. So I was like, I'm just going to keep writing until one hits. And Floating luckily hit, and Floating gave me all the momentum to make the rest of them. But I would have never made Floating if it wasn't for the 100. If you look in my notes, I have 356 notes. All of them are songs. Dang. And they all suck. They do? Very few of them, I'm like, oh, I will go back to this. I'll look back at some lyrics and I'm like, man, this sucks. I go into my Google Docs, because Google Docs is where I started to make them. And I'm like, these songs are terrible. I don't know why I ever wrote this. I'm like, who rhymes orange with porridge? Why am I doing this? So I'm like, I got rid of those songs, and I kept the best one, which was Barely 21. And even that one I had to edit because the end of it was terrible. I was like, I don't know how to end this song. And one day I'm like, Judas, because I was reading my Bible, and I'm like, all right, Judas. And I wrote Judas initially. I was supposed to say it in English. And I'm like, call me Judas, because I'd rather be dead and hanging from a tree. And it's such an abrupt end. It's such a sad ending, but it's like I said, you get in that mood where you're like, I'm depressed. I don't know what else to do. And that's the reality. That's the ending of the album. Call me Judas because I'd rather be dead and hanging from a tree is the final lyric on the album. And you don't see it on the album because that's the point.
And that's bad because he's the one who betrayed Jesus Christ.
And I feel like I had betrayed myself by becoming the Paloma. So that's why in the album cover it's called Gavilan because I'm all happy. And it starts off really happy, but it ends with that. So it's no longer Gavilan by the end of it. I'm the Paloma. Yeah. So that's why I had to keep that as a picture because I was really happy that day. I was really happy. Everything was going well. But then slowly became the Paloma.
Yeah, the Paloma. So, but like, okay, the Gavilan is like the male figure, and the Paloma is like the soft side of something.
Like not the soft side, but the lesser side.
The lesser side.
Yeah, it's like the.
See, I was looking at it more like male, female.
Yeah, the way I interpret it, at least Gavilan or Paloma, which is more than likely completely wrong.
No, but it could be either. I think it could be whatever.
The way I interpret it for this album, at least, is Gavilan is the leader, the one that leads you through the relationship, the one that makes all the decisions, the one that was proud, the one that was happy. And I started like that. And I ended being, hey, I'm really insecure. Do you like me? Is this what's going on? Yeah. What's wrong? What's going on here? And then I end up being on La Vida Seguirá, which is me slowly becoming back the Gavilan. But then I realized there's more to life than just love. So then I drop back down to barely 21. And that's like a full cycle. It's like, oh, I'm barely 21. And I have so much more to give, but I feel like this right now. At a mere 21, I've made a mockery of myself. Yeah. So that's why it ends like that. Wow. It's not like, oh, I just had to make something edgy and make something cool and make something that's gonna shock people. Yeah. It was genuinely how I felt.
Yeah, it's like now you're like basically rebirth. This is like you're rebranding yourself, rebirth. You're all that's in the past. You had to make your album. Now you got to promote this album, and then after this, you're just like a whole new version. Are you like in the dating world? Are you trying to look for that? Yeah. Is it too much? Like right now, you're like
maybe not too much, but it's just
you're getting
When I was talking to her while making the album, it was cool. You know, you're inspiring these songs. You're making me really happy. But then as time progressed, it was like. You weren't making me unhappy, but it's just, I noticed we were slipping apart. And once we split, I was like, I want to just focus on my music. I gained a true love and respect for my craft. And I was like, I just want to focus on this. Doesn't mean I didn't like her. Doesn't mean that I moved on. Doesn't mean that I'm talking to other girls because I'm not. It's just, I want to focus on this and make this as good as possible, the best as possible. And that's what I'm focused on right now. Like I said, by the summertime, I want to be able to have, some steam going to hopefully get bigger shows. Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome, man. And I don't know, like since it's like Spanish Latin music, I would hit up like those restaurants and see if you can like.
What I want to do is like some of the Spanish clubs is get them to play at least like the cumbia song, at least that one. Yeah. Because maybe the other ones like the reggaeton, sure, it's a little off in the beginning. The bachata is not really bachata, but the cumbia is cumbia. Yeah. That one you can play anywhere. So I want to for sure hit some places up, be like, hey, how much to play this song? How much to, because as soon as people hear it, they hear it. Like you get like an earworm for something. You're like, oh, this is
that's
dope.
What I'm saying. Like,
La vida seguirá.
That's all you need is for people to hear you, bro.
I just need to get it in front of people.
That's it.
That's why I'm like, I don't care how much I have to pay. Like, I've paid so much and put so much money into this album. Why would I just be like, all right, it's out? No, I'm gonna continue to put money into it because I need it. I need it to progress. I need it to get me where I want. I need it to get to where I'm no longer putting my money into it. I'm just putting the money the music makes into it.
Did you ever see where Breadwinning Swin in the summer he was going with like a speaker?
Yeah,
he would go to like.
I did see Mickey went out with him a few times.
Yeah, they would just be rapping and people dancing and stuff. Like it's like people once people see you, they get to know you. Like
I said, I got these little like.
I don't know if that's for you, but
no, I'll do it. Yeah, because me and Mickey we've gone to BG with a speaker. Like I got a microphone with a speaker. We'll go out there. We'll go to downtown, and now I got little business cards with my face, like the album cover. Album release date, link tree on the back. Like I'm trying to make sure this album goes somewhere, at least out of Toledo. If it leaves Toledo and goes to Detroit, or leaves Toledo and even goes to Sylvania,
Miami.
That's progress.
You know where you need to make sure it goes to try to get it to Miami, to Texas.
Yeah.
So those are good spots where, like, for sure, people over there would love this music.
Yeah.
I can tell, like, because I grew up in Miami a little bit, and that music right there, if you send it to some people in Miami and in Florida and anywhere, Georgia, anywhere the Latin states, people will love it. California.
I've had some people reach out to me on Instagram where they're like, hey, I want to collab at some point. I remember there's this guy, when I first made Siete Dias, he wanted to hear me sing. And I kind of blew him off because I'm like, I don't know if I want to work with anybody yet. But now that I'm in there, like I said, maybe not right now, but for sure, once I get some momentum going, I'll definitely want to be reaching out to them again.
Yeah, man. Little by little. Okay, so what else? I don't know. Did you want to bring up anything else? Did you want to talk about? Shout out to all your homies.
Yeah, shout out to. Let me try to get them in alphabetical order.
Dang,
shout out.
AB? No,
I'm not even gonna try. I got
ABC.
I got Jacqueline Ponce, Cashout Miggy, DeMarciano Vina. I got Roach, Todd Roach Fogel. Follow him on his on his socials. I got Caitlin Hansen. I got my homegirl. She chose to stay anonymous. But all of y'all, I got Tony, my dad, my siblings, my sister who was there for a bit of it. I sent her some of the songs. I appreciate all of you. This album would have been absolutely terrible. It would have never been made if it wasn't for everybody giving me their support. Jackie's mom, who was letting me crash at her night at her house.
That's awesome.
It was dope. Everybody at my job who puts up with me, putting up my posters, printing out my cards.
Owens?
Yep, at Owens Corning. Shout out to all of them. They hear me talk about my talking stage, my casi algo. They hear everything and they put up with it. So I appreciate everybody. If I missed you, I appreciate you regardless. Just know this goes out to anybody and everybody who... And shout out to her, because this album would have literally never been made if it wasn't for her. I would have never wrote Floating, the first song ever. I would have never made Papaya if she didn't tell me the word papaya. Yeah. So shout out to her. As much as my friends were like, hey, shut up, don't say anything. It's so true that it wouldn't have been nothing without her.
Yeah.
So if that gives her any type of power, sure, let her have it. But I know what it means to me now, and it's just growth from here.
Yeah, and that's beautiful, because like all the famous actors and singers and stuff, they always have like people. They
always have a muse, some type of muse.
Something has to give you something to do something with.
Like I said,
that's what God gave you.
I felt like I was going down. I couldn't think of any good lyrics, and then just when I'm like, all right, I'm about to give up, boom, I'm like, oh, this worked out perfectly.
Yeah. So through your life, let's say through this thing that you just went through, because you've been through a lot with your mom and all the stuff from the last podcast, and you know my podcast, Have Faith, Show Love, Give Hope. Can you give the viewers a message of hope, especially viewers that are going through a situation like a breakup or something like similar to what you went through?
One thing I learned through going through what I went through was, you're given a choice. You can either choose to be really mean, or you can choose to accept what happened. Or you could also choose to accept what happened, miss, and respect what happened. A lot of the times in the past, I'd be upset. I'd be like, oh no, she did this. Did you guys know she did this? And maybe I'd tell my friends like, oh, like, yeah, we did this, or we were going back and forth. But it wasn't the same with her. It was, she treated me like this, I treated her like this. And they're like, oh, maybe you did too much. Maybe you were doing too much for her. And I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, she was a human. I loved her. I respected her. I wanted to give her everything I had. So whether they thought it was wrong, whether they thought it was worth it or not, I saw it as worth it. And when we stopped talking, it was, I never had any hate, never resentment. It was just, it was what it was. I saw her out and about. She saw me out and about. And we never really like crossed paths again. So it was just, I chose, I'd say peace.
Yes.
More than anything, I chose to not hate her. I chose to not resent her. For a while, we didn't talk at all. Like I said, we did talk recently, but we hadn't talked for a while. And it was just, we both had to grow. I had to understand that maybe I did give too much. Maybe I did, you know, I wrote all these songs about her. Maybe she didn't appreciate that, or maybe I'd reach out too often. Maybe she didn't reach out often enough, but it didn't matter, because at the end of the day, we had a connection. And it wasn't just that brought us together. It wasn't just that made me want to stay. It wasn't just her looks. So if it wasn't just that made me want to stay, why should I make that the reason I hate her? So I chose to, like you said, I just chose peace and kindness. And it, at the end of the day, it made me feel a lot better. Because there were times where maybe she texted me out of frustration and was like, hey, you made me feel like this. You shouldn't be doing this. Why are you doing this? And it was like, it's my way of coping. It's my way of dealing with it. It's my way of hurting. And it's not hurting anybody but myself. And she would be like, no, you shouldn't be doing this. Why are you calling me? Why are you doing this? And yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been. But I never woke up the next day and was like, hey, you were really mean. You were this. I was like, I took accountability for everything I ever did. I let her have her time, have her peace. And slowly but surely, everything worked out for me. I know everything's working out for her. So don't have any hate towards her. And that's my message. It's just, there's too much to love, too much to appreciate, like the songs, the music, the art, the graphic design, my friends. There's too much to love to be able to give hate, anger, any type of attention, because I appreciated everything that we had, everything that she gave, everything that I gave. It was never a waste of time to me.
Yes.
So I think that's where I grew as a person. Was in the past I would have been like, oh, I hate you. I gave you all my money. I gave you all of this. I gave you all of that. And as of now, it's just, I gave it to you because you deserved it. And I would give it to you all over again if I had the chance.
Yes. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And don't ever be bitter, and don't ever not give the next girl a chance just because that girl messed up.
Which is why, like, as of right now, I don't want somebody because or want somebody new, because it's like I don't know if I want to give them that. And that's not fair to them. That's not fair to the next person I talk to. It's just, if this didn't work out, it's whatever. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. I gave her my time. We had fun. It was what it is. What it is, and just got to move forward. La vida seguirá.
Yep. And the next girl that when you're ready, you already know.
Yep.
And never be different. Do exactly what you did, dog. That's the way you do it.
Yep.
You give her your all, and if she doesn't want that, then that's not the woman for you. Cause that's how I am. I give her my all. Just keep loving, bro. Keep loving. You meet a girl, you love her to death. And if she doesn't like that, then that's not the one for you. That's all it is. Okay? Thank you, man.
Yep. Thank you, Yogi.
I appreciate you so much. Chino, you did a great job. I appreciate you so much. Make sure you guys follow. Oh, tell them where all your social media.
You can follow me on el.chino2 or 2 eyes on all platforms.
And I'll tag everything on the description.
Just follow the description, because I might be lying. I don't know.
Yeah, plus sometimes with the names and the dashes. I'll put everything underneath here. I'll put everything in the description. Make sure you follow him on all his social media. Thank you guys so much. His show. Let's remind everybody where his show.
Yep. Eastside Cantina, November 21st, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Pull up. Bring all your people. We're about to have a good time.
Yep. And how much is it at the door?
$10. We kept it at $10 and it's 18 and up.
18? Okay.
Yep.
18 and up.
18 and up.
$10 at the door. Make sure you're there. Come support. Some great music. You know, people from you guys are from the East Side, right? All you guys? Yeah, he went to Way High School. Make sure you support. Make sure you, show some love, man. Have faith, show love, give hope, let go, and let God. Thank you, everybody. Let's go.
Pude haber sido yo. ¿Qué tanto me faltó? Te di todo lo que podías y más. Y ahora pues, la vida seguirá. No sufras más, cariño mío. Te escribo esto en tu vidrio. Para mañana al amanecer, tú dirás, me vino a visitar el amor de mi vida. Esconde corazón tu cariño, que tú lograrás.